Be aware of it. We are not currently doing any grade 10 work. It's a repetition of grade 9 work. Okay. The reason why we have to go over factorization again is because it's a very, very important skill that you have to acquire. Right? Okay. Right. So let me just choose a complex one, like number 10. So you have 20x squared plus 24x minus 9. Okay? That's your trinomial. Now, based on the method that I taught you, I told you that you look at the coefficient of the first term, which is a 20, right? Times the constant term, which is negative 9. This will give you minus 180. Then, you need to know all the factors of minus 180. Now, minus 180 has got many factors. Many factors. Some are positive, some are negative. Right? So I can write this as minus 20 times minus times positive 9. Right? I can also write this positive 20 times negative 9. I can write this as 10 times negative 18 or negative 10 times positive 18. It has got many factors, right? Then I can also write using a 2, that is minus 90 times 2 or positive 90 times minus 2, right? Then 3 is also a factor. So you can have minus 60 times 3 or you can have positive 60 times minus 3, right? Is 4 a factor? 4 is also a factor. So 4 into 18, that's 4. So you get 45 times minus 4. Or you can get minus 45 times positive 4. Right? 5 is also a factor. So if I put 5 there, you get 5 into 18, that's 3 times. Remember 3, so that's 36. So this will be, okay, let me write it here. So minus 180 is also equal to minus 36 times 5. It's also equal to positive 36 times negative 5. Right? 6 is also a factor. So this is also equal to a 6, and then you get 30. So this will be 30 times minus 6. You can also write as minus 30 times positive 6. Right? So you find that minus 180 has got many factors. So you need to know all those factors. Then, among those factors, you need to choose a combination of 2, such that if you add them, they give you 24. Okay? You add them, they give you 24. Which combination among the ones that I wrote? Yes, Aaron? Yeah, it will be positive 30 and negative 6. Alright? So you have to know your factors. And remember, in grade 10, we don't teach you factors. That was done in grade 8 and in grade 9. So we expect you to know how to find factors. So this will be 20x squared plus. Now, since we have got a 30 and a negative 6, I'm going to write this as 30x minus 6x minus 9. Then we factorize by grouping. So the first two terms, you look at the coefficient first, 20 and 30. The common factor is going to be a 10, right? Then x squared and x, the common factor is going to be x. Then you open your bracket. 20x squared divided by 10x. 20 divided by 20 gives you a 2. X squared divided by x gives you x. Plus 30 divided by 10, that will give you a 3. X divided by x will give you a 1. So our first binomial factor is going to be 2x plus 3. Alright? Now, once you create this binomial factor here, be aware that you also have to create it there. So this must be a clue to you that, okay, when I factorize that binomial, minus 6 minus 9, I also have to create a common factor, which is binomial, which is equivalent to 2x plus 3. Now, to create that factor, since our binomial factor is supposed to have a positive, means we have to factor out negative 3. Then you open the bracket, because the 9 is a constant, so x cannot be a factor, okay, because the 9 is a constant. So 6 minus 6 divided by minus 3, you get positive 2. This will be 2x plus 3. Then we have a common binomial factor there. That will be 2x plus 3 times. By now, you should know that you just take the number outside the first factor, right? So that will be 10x. And also the number outside the second factor, that will be minus 3. So this will be your answer to factorize that trinomial. Yes?
So there will be an equation where you can't find common brackets.
Well, when you are dealing with factorization, it has to have factors. Okay? And please, these are not equations, they are algebraic expressions. We haven't started equations yet. Okay? After this topic, we'll do exponents, then equations. Okay, but you guys got a question? I've done a very complex one. Number 10 is very complex because you can see that minus 180 has got many factors. Yes?
I swapped the 6 and the 20. I said negative 6 plus 38. And it might stay.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't
fine.
matter if the scale is.
It doesn't matter. As long as you split this number here, the middle term, based on the correct factors of the product of the of the coefficient of the first term and the constant term, it's fine. You will come to the same answer. Okay, and be aware that the final answer can also be written as 10x minus 3 times 2x plus 3. It's the same thing. Because if you use FOIL, you come back here. Okay? There is no rule which says you must start with the common factor from this step here. There is no rule which says that. You can start by writing 10x minus 3 times 2x plus 3. All right? Are you following? Okay, so let's move on to a complex one. All right. All right. Before the bell rings, I just want you to be aware that next week you write your investigation on products and on the factorization. Okay? You need to make sure that you go over all the stuff we did in class, including the substitution method which I taught you a few days ago. Okay? If you want to do well, go over your products, you go over your factorization, okay? Everything we have done so far. And on Monday, I'm going to talk about factorization by grouping, but I'll give you homework, okay? I'll give you homework on trinomials. I might give you a homework on factorization by grouping because you did factorization by grouping in grade 9. So it's not something new. All right? So just clear your desk so that we can sanitize Can you pass around your copy? You can tell me that it's water, but there are other substances that are also colorless that are not water. Okay? So it's very difficult for me to just say you are drinking water. As long as, yes, you can use any variable, as long as that variable is not in the question. Right. Let's say if your question has got x in it, right? It has got x, then when you do your substitution, you can't use x. Use any other letter. Okay. All right.